Welcome to the political journey. In the classic tale of Peter Pan, the boy Peter is a free-spirited and mischievous young man that lives in Never Never Land, where children never grow up. But here's the problem. It's a great children's story, but in real life, we need to grow up. And most of us, we do. But in my opinion, Canada's illustrious leader, Justin Trudeau, has never grown up. He is the classic Peter Pan. He has the body of a man, but the mind of a child. That means he doesn't want to work, he doesn't want to take any responsibility for his actions or his decisions, and he wants everyone around him to support his lifestyle. And just as Peter Pan is flying around from land to land, Justin is flying around from country to country, spending our tax dollars just so others will like him. Now let's take a look at the symptoms of the Peter Pan syndrome and then match those up to Justin Trudeau's behavior. The first symptom we'll take a look at is chronic unemployment or lack of career interest. Now, you may be saying that JT has been our Prime Minister for 5 years now. That's not unemployment. No, but let's dig a little deeper. First, let's look at his work history before entering politics. It seems as though Justin had difficulty finishing what he started. Now, he does have a Bachelor of Arts degree in literature and a Bachelor of Education degree, but as with many people that have the Peter Pan syndrome, they would much rather remain in school than work. You see, the social environment in school is quite different from anything that we see in the real world. They're living inside of a social bubble of college life, and they don't want to leave it. Typically, students are trying new hobbies, they're attending social events, they're pushing the boundaries, and they're having fun. No wonder they don't want to leave it to grow up. Now, after graduating, he worked as a teacher in Vancouver for a short period of time. But then, of course, he wanted to go back to school. And so he started studying engineering, but dropped out after a year. And then he started a master's program in environmental geography, where he also dropped out after a year. Now, he has held many other jobs since then, such as camp counselor, nightclub bouncer, and snowboard instructor. That is Canada's Prime Minister's work history. And now let's take a peek at what I call his Peter Pan tendencies during his career since he's been our Prime Minister. There are so many crazy and cringeworthy blunders that I had to narrow them down to my top 5. Number 5, JT actually spent 50 million of our hard-earned taxpayer money in a tweet. Yes, he tweeted away 50 million taxpayer dollars in a tweet. He just tweeted it. If this doesn't say Peter Pan, I don't know what does. Number 4, how can we have a Peter Pan list without mentioning blackface? The leader of Canada, the Prime Minister, is someone we should look up to and be able to emulate. And he has worn blackface numerous times. And speaking of dressing up, number 3, the India costume party. The disastrous trip to India and all of its costumes. Justin and his family were ridiculed for everything that they had worn, including this from local Indian politician Omar Abdullah. He tweeted, "Is it just me, or is this choreographed cuteness all just a bit much now? Also, FYI, we Indians don't dress like this every day, sir. Not even in Bollywood." But that makes me wonder if Justin Trudeau maybe has ever dressed up as Peter Pan. Number 2, the SNC-Lavalin affair. There is so much wrong about the SNC scandal, but specifically lying through his teeth. And then when he was found out, he refused to apologize. He lied, He kicked both Jody Wilson-Raybould and Jane Philpott out of the Liberal caucus, and just like Peter Pan, he refused to apologize. Instead, he doubled down and told everyone he was the victim, that poor little Justin Trudeau has a tough job to do as Prime Minister. He has to stand up for Canadian jobs. Poor poor Justin. Now, before I get to number one, I have to give honorable mention to the numerous ethics violations he has. Also, appointing half of his cabinet based upon their genitalia and not whether they're any good or not, because after all, it's 2015, and his love of China because they have a dictatorship. And the number one reason I say Justin Trudeau exhibits the Peter Pan syndrome at work is his socks. Yes, his socks. They clearly say, hey, look at me. Look over here. Look, I'm so cool. I'm wearing these cool socks. Wow, don't you just love me now? The next symptom of the Peter Pan syndrome is failure to take financial responsibility. How can this get any easier? Let's see. Do you remember the words, the budget will balance itself? Yes, I do too. And yes, Justin really said that. Now, although some people say that that phrase was taken out of context, let's take a look at that entire quote and examine it all. Now, the whole quote is, the commitment needs to be a commitment to grow the economy, and the budget will balance itself. Okay, I get it. My way of thinking is that he was probably talking about growing the economy, providing for a stable environment so people could have jobs and bring in additional revenue that would take care of the budget. Sure. But let's take a look at what really happened to the budget. Back in 2015, during the Globe and Mail's leaders debate on the economy, Trudeau said, and I quote, I am looking straight at Canadians and being honest the way I always have. We've said that we are committed to balanced budgets, and we are. We will balance that budget in 2019. End quote. After the election, in a 2015 year-end interview with the Canadian press, Trudeau doubled down on his promise to balance the budget in 2019, saying it was very cast in stone. So, as of 2019, did the budget really balance itself? Sadly, no. As of 2019, Trudeau's government was running a $14 billion deficit. Yes, that's billion with a B. And his government brought the entire Canadian debt to a whopping $685.5 billion. Only Peter Pan could look us in the face, promise to be honest, as he always is, and then lie. Now, the last Peter Pan syndrome that I'll chat about today is that someone with this syndrome does not like to do their fair share. And once again, this is so easy. He has stated on numerous occasions that he believes the Prime Minister's job is primarily ceremonial in nature. Really, Justin? Ceremonial in nature? You're not Canada's mascot. So I actually thought that the Prime Minister's role would be consisted of maybe leading Canada through this often crazy and turbulent world, growing the economy, creating an environment for all of its citizens to get ahead, provide a social safety net maybe for those who are unable to provide for themselves, and then maybe, just maybe, leave this country in a better position than they found it. Yeah. And as of this new cabinet appointed just recently, Chrystia Freeland has been named, well, Minister of Everything. According to her mandate letter, she will lead the key cabinet work streams in the achievement of national commitments to Canadians, including enhancements to Medicare. She'll oversee the implementation of the Pan-Canadian Framework on Climate Change. She'll implement new measures to control the use of firearms and improved access to childcare. And in her spare time, she'll also lead with the provinces to improve international provincial trade. She'll assist with regional economic development initiatives and support efforts to advance Indigenous self-determination. She's also still responsible for completing the ratification of NAFTA. Now, formally, she is the Minister of Intergovernmental Affairs, along with the Deputy Prime Minister, but it really makes me wonder what JT will be doing. Oh, yes, I remember now. He is off bribing other countries with our money, trying to feel important and get a seat on the UN Security Council. I wonder, though, if they know he's really just Peter Pan.